What is up, everyone? It's Austin and we are back with another episode of my PlayStation Collection series. I cannot believe we are already on episode 10. Built a pretty nice collection so far. If you're new to the channel though, we started off with a $10 bill. We went to pawn shops, thrift stores, game stores, looking for items to flip, and then we used that flipped profit to purchase and build a huge PlayStation collection. To start off this week, I wanted to talk to you guys about PlayStation's State of Play, which just happened. They showcased a ton of video games, which is really all we could ask for. But wanted to talk about some games that I'm kind of interested in and my thoughts and opinions. I watched the Wolverine trailer first, and I think it looks okay. The gameplay and everything are really bloody and gory, but I'm just really excited to jump back into the X-Men like mutant world. I feel like they haven't done much with that in a long time now. Wolverine is one of my favorite superheroes as well. I've read like a bunch of comics from that. So I'm just most excited for X-Men in general. They showed a lot of gameplay for the new God of War and didn't really excite me too much either. It was just a lot of walking and showing off the world, but I'm assuming it's just more God of War. They showed a trailer for Until Dawn 2, which I really enjoyed part 1. Part 2, again, a lot of it doesn't excite me too much. Something about the animations from that trailer just didn't really look too good. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a bit picky, but I do like the concept of it being in some mystery island. The Chimera game had a really nice trailer to it as well, something new that I might be interested in checking out. They had Onimusha, the Control Resonance, and then also the Dynasty Warriors 3 remake or remaster. Really excited for that one actually, because I do want to jump back into that, playing it cooperatively or split screen. So overall it was a decent showing. There wasn't anything too crazy that I'm extremely excited about, but you know, they showed awesome games, which is great. I guess, what are you guys most excited for after watching that, or what are your thoughts and opinions on all the games that they showed? Back to this collection though, we're still on the hunt for a bunch of games in these series on my whiteboard. And we're just looking for items that we could flip to build up our game fund, which I believe is kind of low right now, and then just see what else we could find out there in the wild. Here we are at the game showcase with a sale. We just sold this right here, this loose copy of Wii Sports, and this one sold for $34, which is insane. I remember when this game, like 2 or 3 years ago, was only selling for around 20 to 25, and already went $10 up in value. We just made another quick sale, and it's going to be a game down here, this Cyberpunk Steelbook. We accepted an offer of $22, and we picked it up for around $1 or $2 at a pawn shop. We got another sale, and we just sold a bundle of games. This WWE lot, we got WWE 2K18, 19, and 20. And we bundled these up together for $28. We picked these up for about $2 a piece. So after eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. Back out here at a Savers store, and today is 25% off Thursday. I'm currently checking out the Blu-ray section, and they have a decent amount. I like to just spend some time looking at some of these. What is this? Never seen that before. Earth to Echo. There's a couple over here that I did scan up already. First one's going to be this certified copy, an original love story. It's I believe it's like a European copy or something like that, but $4, 25% off would be $3. I think values for like $20-ish, but like a really slow seller. So might just take a chance on that. We also got this Lorax movie, which is sealed. Just seen a lot of sealed stuff, and may pass on this one though. And then the last one's just gonna be this Newsies. Christian Bale. I've never seen this one. It's a 20th anniversary edition in a Disney movie, but values for around like 15 or 20, so we'll go ahead and grab that as well. Now we're here in the electronics section, and I actually got some controllers over here, some Wii controllers marked at $11, which isn't too bad, especially after 25% off. But it's got like some random back covers, Energizer rechargeable ones.
debating on if I should pick these up and just take them to a GameStop. I think GameStop does pay around like 13 for these, but I don't know, they're dirty, untested, and I don't really feel like cleaning them up and testing them out. I'd probably just profit like $4 or $5 for each of these. I also have this right here for like $8. Then up here we got some wheels and stuff, a bunch of wheels for like $7. Alright, so after the 25% off, we're looking at $21.19 for these 4 items. We made our way to a Pawn America store this week, and checking out the game section, it's gotten a lot more slimmer since the last time I came here, which is not good. I don't know what they did with all of the other inventory. But we got some PS5 games up here. A sealed College Football 25. Let's see if there's anything else that's good. A couple of PlayStation 4 games. I already dug through a lot of this and just didn't see too much. This Gran Turismo Sport is actually sealed for $10. So that's not a bad one, I would say. I think it values for like 15 to 20. A lot of these prices are actually really good here. I'm gonna show you guys what else we have. I don't think I found anything interesting in the PS4 section. I already have this Ratchet and Clank, but down here, this Guitar Hero 3 for $10 isn't bad. I'm gonna see if they can go any lower on this. That would be great for a pickup. And then, yeah, the rest of these probably not. A couple of PS2 games. It's a really small section. Not sure what that is, but this Virtual Evolution Fighter 4, and that could be a good one to grab. And then we still need Sons of Liberty. I can't believe this game is $25 now. I do not know if I want to pay that much. We'll see. And a couple more games over here. Haven't seen that before. And then over here, I found one Switch 2 game that I would absolutely love to pick up for $25. That's a great price. I still need to pick up this game and play it on the Switch 2. Big fan of Star Wars, so I know I would really like it. It Takes Two for $25. Seems like a good price as well. And then over here they got some cases full of consoles and things like that. What is this? Is this like a Wii U? $60? I feel like that's not bad. If it came with a tablet maybe, but $134 on that's pretty high. Over here they have some N64 games that I might be interested in. I don't see this Major League Baseball Ken Griffey game too often. At $5, it seems pretty good. We're back in the car and ended up grabbing these 3 for around $20. So about $6-7 a game. Can't go wrong with that. I was debating on picking up that Sons of Liberty on PS2, but yeah, 25 is just a little too high for me. It'll have to wait for another place and day for me to grab that at. Here at the game showcase, and we got some sales. The first item we sold is going to be this Madden 17 on PlayStation 3. And we sold this one for $16.50. Picked it up at GameStop for around $5. Just had to grab it for a 4 for $20 sale. And then the next item we sold is this Indiana Jones in the Emperor's Tomb. Excellent condition too. And we sold this one for $26. we just made another sale. We've been selling stuff like one item per day. It doesn't really come in bunches, but we sold the game right here. This Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City. Decided to throw this one up on eBay because I already have a complete copy on the Xbox 360, so just didn't need it for the PS3. We sold this one for around $24. Let's go ahead and get this stuff packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. Making a visit at another Pawn America store, and I really didn't find too much so far at this stop. Didn't have a chance to look at the 360 section yet, but I'm gonna quickly show you guys a little bit of me hunting and just flipping through all these games pretty much. Yeah, and just not really seeing too much. They got a couple of PS2 games down here too. Okay, I see a Rock Band 3 for $24. I feel like that's not too bad. The only thing that really caught my attention over here were these PS5 games, actually. Really shocked to see some of the prices on this. Check this out, Suikoden HD Remaster for $12. I feel like this game's pretty recent too. Came out like this past year. Stranger Paradise for $6. I think this is a no-brainer. I'm gonna have to pick this up. Hopefully the games are inside. And then we got a Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. This is the newest remake that they made. And for $12, that's very tempting to pick up. I feel like this just came out like a couple months ago. We also got Rebirth for $10. I know this game still values for around like $30. So we're gonna have to debate on if we want to just grab this to flip. I already have it in my personal collection. I've played like halfway through of that game already. I got a sealed game right there, and then, you know, 16 for $10. These are some really good prices. Wow, guys, that was a crazy stop. I mean, come on, these prices you just can't beat. $6 for a PS5 game. Rebirth, they gave this for $10, and then these two were marked at $12, $10 a piece. It pretty much just covered for the tax because we ended up paying like $3 in tax still. But wow, we actually got this one. And these all seem to be in really good condition, legit. And I can't be mad at that. I believe this is a remake of the third game, which I already have in my collection, so we won't be able to add a tally, but I think I'm going to check this game out. I've heard some good things, and people have told me this is a good one to start with for this whole series of games. Suikoden. Never played this game before. Looks like a turn-based RPG. I heard a lot of good things about it too. You guys let me know if this is worth checking out. This Final Fantasy Stranger Paradise, I believe, is like a prequel. And then this one I'm just going to be flipping. At $10, I think I can at least double up if I were to put it up on eBay. And that should help cover the costs for some of this stuff. For our last stop, we're checking out this Maxit pawnshop, and they have a ton of games on this rack marked at around $3 to $4. They tend to change the prices every now and then, but a good price. Found this Metal Gear Survive, which could be one to pick up. I actually did find a good amount of items here, so I'll show you guys right now. Here in the PlayStation 4 section, and we got Uncharted, we've got the Phantom Pain, which is actually one that I need, so I will be grabbing this for $3. Such a great price, and it was complete. Then I found this copy of Cold War for $4. I think I will go ahead and grab this as well. The value's for around 10 to 15, and could just be used for a trade-in or a bundle up on eBay. They had a couple of other decent games like The Last of Us Remastered, but at $3, I think I might pass on this. And then we got Deus Ex. I've never played this game. You guys let me know if it's worth checking out or not. But I think I did pass on that one. And then we got Dishonored 2, a Steelbook version. And I absolutely did pick this one up. Big fan of Steelbooks. Not the biggest fan of the Dishonored games though. Moving on down here, we got a couple of Wii games and some 360 games. And right here I spotted Metal Gear Solid 4, which we're also looking for. Glad to be able to find it for a great price as well. And this one was complete, pretty good condition. Scrolling through down here some more, and didn't really find much in the Wii section though. Then down here I found a Steelbook of Halo Wars for a great price. We're absolutely gonna grab this, and this is probably going into my personal collection. Disc was okay as well. They had a couple more games in the glass case up front. They had the Show 25 on PS5, and this one actually values for around 20 to 25 bucks. They had it marked at $4, and then a couple of Switch loose games for $1. Easy no-brainer grabs.
And just like that, guys, that wraps up our game hunting for this week. Let's wrap this up by going over all our pickups. So starting off at a Savers store, we've been finding tons of great items that we could possibly flip at these thrift stores. But we actually got some DS games. Picked up Nintendogs, and we got this for around like $6. Not the cheapest, but this game does value for around like 20. I didn't play much Nintendogs in my life, but these are such popular games back then. And then we just picked up a copy of Transformers Decepticons. Don't know too much about this, but yeah, it just looks like your standard third-person Transformer game. Then we just got 2 Blu-rays. We got Certified Copy, sealed. Never seen this movie, don't know what it's about, but values around like 20 bucks. And then we also grabbed this Newsies Disney movie with Christian Bale, apparently, some kind of dancing movie. Then we made a visit to 2 Pawn America stores, and we picked up a PlayStation 2 game, Gran Turismo 4. This isn't really on our whiteboard list, but still want to grab these whenever I can. They made just so many of these, and I'm not super interested in checking these out, but we'll still grab them if I can find them for a good price. And then we grabbed Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, which I don't really know too much about the Virtua Fighter series. Didn't play much of this at all, but I know it's a pretty popular series and does have a lot of depth in terms of gameplay and fighting mechanics. We got a copy of Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. This was just an easy one to flip. Still values for around like 15 to 20. And then we scored huge at the second location. We picked up 4 PlayStation 5 games for $10 each. First one is Suikoden HD Remastered. I don't know too much about this series, but it is a 2D pixel art turn-based game. I feel like I've been playing a ton of these style of games lately. I just recently played Sea of Stars, Octopath Traveler 2. I played some of Dragon Quest 1 HD remake on the Switch. We'll see if I do end up jumping into this one or not. Then we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Probably just going to be flipping this one. I already have one in my personal collection, and I'm actually still playing through this. I'm like halfway through, but I mainly just like playing these for the story. Combat feels okay, and the silly little card game is a ton of fun too. Picked up Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins, so I'm assuming this is some kind of a prequel game. And then we got a copy of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. This is apparently a remake of the third game, which I already have in my collection, but a lot of people tell me that this is a great one to start with, so I will be checking this one out first. The graphics and visuals look great in this, and I just watched a lot of gameplay of people wearing silly outfits to kind of camouflage and blend in with the environments. Lastly, we scored huge at a Maxit pawn shop. Picked up a ton of games from around 3 to 4 bucks, and actually some like $1 Switch games loose. It was only $1, so worth grabbing, I'd say. It's just RBI 21 baseball. and then also the Scribblenauts game. I guess I'll start off with these steel books. We got Halo Wars, and this is one that I'm probably going to keep in my collection. It looks super cool. I did play a little bit of Halo Wars when it initially released and enjoyed it for the most part. Just kind of a different take on a Halo game. And then a copy of Dishonored 2 Steelbook, which I don't see too often. I'm not the biggest Dishonored fan either, so could be one that I possibly flip it if it does hold some value. Then we got some PlayStation games. We got this Borderlands 3. This was only $1. Not in the greatest condition, but just an easy one to add to our collection. We got the Show 25 on PlayStation 5, and this one actually does hold a little bit of value, around $20 to $30 still. Picked up a copy of Cold War. This one still holds some value, but I don't know if I grabbed this for $3 or $4. That might not have been worth it. Lastly, we got Metal Gear Solid 4, and this one actually was exclusive to the PlayStation 3. It's the only way you can really play it. I haven't played any of these games, so I don't know too much about it, but I know these are big, like, story-driven games. And this is actually a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Kind of takes place in a dystopian world where a company called Sense is trying to control your senses and emotions and thoughts and things like that. Pretty cool concept. And then we got Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PS4, which is a sequel to Ground Zero, I believe. And this was regarded as one of the best games in the series. It's open world, great visuals as well, and probably one that I will check out after I play Snake Eater on the PS5. And that right there wraps it up. We were able to find 2 more Metal Gear games to tally on our whiteboard, leaving us with just 2 games left, which are Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I still can't believe I scored so big on these PlayStation 5 games. $10 a piece is really good. I don't know if PlayStation 5 games are just going down in value. People aren't buying it as much, but the PlayStation 5 is still my primary console that I play on. That wraps it up for this week's video. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Hope you guys are still enjoying this series, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.